Hey, happy Thursday. I hope you're feeling blessed and refreshed. I'm back again with another one, and today I'm live. Good morning, good morning. It is almost Friday. I woke up this morning with a little bit of a sniffle, so I apologize. I'm trying not to be doing all that. I'm just drinking a whole bunch of water and trying to flush it out, whatever it is. Oh, but I'm here. I'm going to try to not keep it too long so that those can come back on the replay. Um, I prayed about it before I came in, so I hope that it goes well. I hope that we can encourage each other when it comes to different topics going forward, especially this one. What is holding you back? A lot of us, we are held back from things in life. Whatever it is that you might want to do, and there's reason. We might not always know the reason. We might not sit down and really identify the reason. But if we do that, we are more than likely going to be more successful. And you could be successful quicker and for a long time. So just really working on yourself and really digging down deep into yourself to figure out, what it is that you're doing or what you could do differently in order to make your life successful and peaceful and, everything that we dream that it should be. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Good morning, Tamika. Good to see you. Hey, Mr. Terry. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see y'all. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. So first of all, I asked the question: Are you successful in life? And me, no. you know, and like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I try to be transparent and let you guys understand that I'm not any better than anybody else, and I don't have the answers. But I do like to think a lot. I like to write a lot. I like to compare situations to real life, things like that. So, we got some good conversations coming. So grab your tea, your coffee, or your water, or whatever you need to get going. So, when you think about being successful, you think about accomplishing all the goals, and already living the dream life, right? But if you're not successful in life, what's holding you back? What's holding us back? Because there are some things, I have a list here. I like to go off a list, y'all. I got 10 things on my list, and we're going to talk a little bit about each thing, and we're going to talk about how to possibly overcome each thing. So, you know, um, what am I trying to say here? Up a successful career path for yourself. Living a great life is not easy to achieve, and we know that. But that's really the point that we're trying to make. That it's not going to be easy. It's going to. It doesn't mean that it's impossible though, because it's not easy. No matter what type of success that you want to achieve, somebody out there has already achieved it. They've already accomplished it. And that person probably has the answer on how to do it. But are we going to be able to be in contact with that person to figure out how they did it? Or are we going to get out there and try to do it ourselves? Do our own research or get our own resources or whatever we need to get that thing that we want to do. You know, it's not whether your goals or your dreams, you know, or a success. It's not whether it's possible because we know that it's possible. The question is, what's holding you back from achieving it? There's, like I said, I have a list. There's 10 common reasons on this list, and I can relate to every one of them. I'm still trying to overcome every one of them. Thank you so much for your comments, Mr. Terry. I see you there. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I know that's right. If you think you're gonna fail, yes, and you will do something. I like that. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Terry. Good morning, Sissy. So we as human beings, it's normal to have fears, but we all hate to fail. You know what I mean? Nobody likes to fail. So the first thing on the list is the fear of failure. Having a fear of failure or being uncertain about certain things in your life is not really the issue. It becomes a problem when you don't know how to take control of it. When you don't know how to take control of your life. I've seen people who hate their jobs. They hate what they do. They wanted to start a business, be out on their own, but still they chose to stay in their jobs because they were afraid things not working out or, being afraid of what if I fail. And this is a common feeling for all of us. It actually stops most of us from living our best life. You know, don't be afraid to fail. Is anyone else here afraid to fail? I mean, that's probably what is the type of question I'm thinking? There's a word I was thinking to say. That's probably a silly question. Nobody wants to fail. So the way to overcome that fear is to, change the meaning of what failure means to you. You have to understand that failure is not a bad thing. It's not as bad as it sounds because you actually have to fail in order to move forward. If you look at the fact that we all learn from the past, we all learn from history. Without failures, there would be no experience. Without experiences, there would be no growth, and without growth, there would be no success. A lot of people look at failure as the opposite of success, but it's actually not true. It's not the opposite of success. It is the key to success. Mr. Terry says, we must remember successful people have faith. Yes, for something. No, man. Yeah, absolutely. I love your feedback. Thank you so much. Okay, so basically, the more you fail, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you succeed. We got to get over that. That's the number one thing. I know that for a fact. There's plenty of things that I wanted to do here on my YouTube platform that I'm afraid to do because I'm afraid to fail. Nobody wants to fail. So number two on the list is living without intention. You know, if you don't live with intention, then how are you achieving any success? You have to have a clear direction of a specific plan of what you want to do and how to get to it. Which ends up happening is most people just follow the crowd and they just do what most people do. Most people, after they get out of college or university, they get a job. They work hard, they save money, they buy a car, they buy a house, they build a family, and they grow old. So think about it. Most people just follow the crowd, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking to live, a extraordinary life, a really successful life of your dreams, you want something extra, you know, you need to do something different. You need to figure out, you know, what it is you want to do, what you need to do to get there, and start working on that. Build a plan. Most of us lack building a plan. I know I do. I try to be as organized as possible, write down goals, write down what I'm gonna do, write down what I'm gonna say on my live. It always goes in a different direction. You have to understand that you will fail. Everything is not going to be perfect. Successful people don't achieve great results by accident. They do it on purpose. They have a clear vision of what they want and what they want their life to be. So you got to have that intention. You got to know what you want your life to be. Successful people also take the right action, and they go through each day to make the future that they want to have. Are we doing that in our lives? I try. I try, but I do lack. Sometimes that we might feel like our life is going nowhere. Just feel like you're just getting up every day and repeating every day and you're just stuck. That's because you haven't made a plan yet. You don't have an intention. Let me know if you can still hear me. Thank you guys. If you make a plan, you're taking action because you have to be on that plan. You're taking action, you are, getting right on that plan, doing whatever it is to slowly get to what you want. I remember an analogy that the man at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. He had a destination and a target. He worked his way up there. He didn't just fall there. So there are ways to create that vision, create that intention for your life. First of all, starting with your goals, finding out what you want to do in life, and checking them off a little bit at a time, as I say in every video. It's true. Thank you so much, PMC. Good morning. Um, have an intention for your life. Don't feel like you're running up and down, running up and down in your life. You're running from this side to the next. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, but you can't score. You gotta, eventually there's an ultimate goal. You can't score that goal if you're running all around because you haven't figured out the intention for your life or made a plan on what you want to do. Set your goals and start working on them. So, number three on the list, another thing holding us back is short term thinking. Most people only focus on short term, which is why they fail, which is why we fail um, in life on certain things that we want to do. Yeah, sometimes self is what holds one back. Absolutely. So when it comes to success, success is not a sprint, but it is a marathon. It isn't an overnight result, but you don't want to, take so much time on this one thing. Um, we don't want to hurry up and get to our goal within the next 2 months or something like that without really doing the work and knowing what we're doing. It might take us a year. I know you have great skills. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Terry. Yes, PMC. Fill your Bill's character. I just said that. Yes, absolutely. I love that you said that because that's on the list. So short term thinking is not going to help, basically. You have to think long term. You have to focus on the future. Some people are afraid to think far into the future. They don't want to. But honestly, we have to, if we want if we want to get somewhere. If you're thinking about short term, all you're thinking about is what's in front of you, right? Hold on, just a second, yeah. Okay, so imagine this: if you're working on your goal, and if you're thinking it's a short term goal, and all you do is think about the instant reward, right? But if you only think about the instant reward, then you know what is the point? What is the point of working on this goal if you're just thinking about the instant reward? Take your time to get there. Excuse me. I'm going to use the analogy of a bamboo tree. If you plant a bamboo tree, you'll notice that in the first few years, nothing will happen. Even if you water it every day, making sure it's got the sunlight and nutrients and everything, it won't grow tall. But in the fifth year, the bamboo tree, it grows 80 feet after 6 weeks. And this is facts. That's because in the first 4 years, the bamboo tree, it grows its roots deeper into the ground, which nobody can see. I think that's a great analogy. Compare that to our lives. Success is just like growing a bamboo. You have to focus on the long term. If you fixate on the short term in the first few years when you don't see anything happening, you're just going to give up. So keeping a positive mindset, is ultimately the same repetitious thing here that you have to do, and you know, in order to not hold yourself back. So you want to know how to think long term. It basically requires you to focus on the future that you want. I mean, easy as that, right? Sounds easy, but it's not easy to achieve. You have to make decisions. You got to take actions based on what you want in your future. You could choose to play games, or you could choose to spend your time on social media. You could choose to work on your website to grow your business, or to do some research on whatever it is that you want to do. And if you think long term, you will work on that goal because it gives you the success that you want in the future. But if you think short term, you choose to do what's convenient and what gives you the best pleasure right now. So number 4 on the list is the need for instant gratification. It's common for most people to choose something pleasurable that they can have right now instead of doing things that are painful for them, right? Absolutely. We know that we need to clean the dishes, but we just want to watch our TV show. That's what prevents most of us from achieving our success. Instant gratification. We are, mm, I think we're conditioned to avoid pain. We're wired to stay safe, we're wired to survive, and we always have been. But, today, what you got to realistically think about is the fact that we don't live in that kind of world anymore. So to keep us safe and to survive, our minds tend to stop us from uncomfortable things. When we think about our goals, when we think about our dreams, we feel motivated, right? But when it comes to actually taking action, um, making these things happen, we feel reluctant. We're afraid, because it means doing work that we might not like to do. But we have to control that urge for immediate gratification. That's just wanting to be rewarded immediately, which kind of goes hand in hand with the other topic. You must remember you can have a short term gain and suffer long term loss. Yeah, hard work pays off, but many have a problem that what they envision doesn't always pan out, regardless of how hard they work. So they subject to fact it may not be destined. Yeah, I know, right? They realize how hard they actually have to work to get to what they want to get to, and they quit. Not they, we, because I've had that happen in plenty situations. You got to learn to make work fun. You got to find your passion for what you do so that when it comes to actually doing it, it doesn't look like work. It's fun. When your work is something that you look forward to, you can't wait to do it. You want to do more. So, how to overcome self gratification? It really depends on your ability to discipline yourself. You know, to if you only focus on instant gratification, you'll never succeed in any of your long term goals, any of your dreams. You got to discipline yourself. Let me say we, I'm sorry. Make it say, yes, so true. I'm so grateful for you guys who are here. So grateful. I hope it's helping. So, another thing that's holding us back is negative thinking and the doubts. Everyone has negative thinking and doubts. I know I do. And it's normal, it's common because nobody can be 100% positive all the time. But to achieve those successes, you got to learn to handle your negative thinking. Those doubts, those negative thoughts, they're going to stop you from doing anything that you want to do. Guaranteed. Most of us let our thinking control us rather than controlling our thinking. We focus on things, negative things like, what if I fail, or I can't do this, or I don't have the talent for this, or um, there's too many people doing this already, or you know, too many people have already tried it and they failed. We doubt that we could do it, basically. But if you doubt your ability and focus on the problem rather than the solution, then how are you going to get anywhere? This is what keeps us from moving forward. We all want to be successful. We all want to be financially secure. Let's talk about saving. We all know we need to save either for emergencies or investments or whatever, but why are most of us not saving? Why do we not stick to our savings plan? And if you're asked that question, you'll say something like, I don't have the money, or, I'll save it when I have it. But that's the kind of mentality that holds you back from saving that money. The same applies to everything in life. Why are you not pursuing your goals? Why are you not doing it? And, if you're 100%, oh, I'm sorry, I see your comment. Let me get back to it. Okay, let's see. Better to appreciate what you don't have versus what you have, because in all portions of your life, you go without something that you really desire and realize was deprecating, just like necessities. Oh man, absolutely, absolutely. Your comments, you're engaging with me, and I really enjoy this. We are on the same page. We must remember you can have a short-term gain and suffer a long-term loss. Be like a punter and kick away the negative. Be like a runner and run toward the positive. Always can't tell me you don't mind when I go live the next hour and attention. Absolutely. Oh, I know you will kill this topic. I know that you and your friends over there will have a totally, you know, um, not different perspective, but different way of bringing it is what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Um, be like Shaq Black and negative, be like Dennis Rodman, that's positive. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Kara. Is it Kara? Is it Kira? It's so good to see you. It's good to see a new face. Um, welcome. I don't know if it's the first live, but I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the family. All right, so what was I about to say? Yeah, basically, if you're 100% committed to, whatever it is that you want to do, you'll find a way. But if you're not determined, then you'll find an excuse, right? Yeah, sure will. I know I will. I have. Let me not say I will. I have. Okay, because I'm learning. But some of these are definite things that I have to um, discipline myself with. You have to, and continuously discipline yourself so that you don't lose your way, because you could easily lose your way. So this is most importantly why we need to change our thinking. Instead of thinking you don't have enough for the savings, or thinking how can you come up with a way to save, maybe you could start small and save just $1 a day, or maybe you could cut down on your daily expenses. Like maybe stop buying coffee and make coffee yourself. If you think about it, your thinking is going to determine your life. Hey, Miss B, good morning. So focus and think about a solution and not your problem. Get rid of those negative thoughts, those doubts. They're holding you back. You want to know how to stop thinking negative? It is challenging, but it is possible. You just need to be aware of the thoughts that are going through your head. Put a stop to it. Like, oh no, I'm thinking negative. Hold on. Let me think about the positive in this situation. Hold on. Or let me take my attention somewhere else. Maybe this whole situation is not even positive. So number 6 on the list is procrastination. That's a big one. Procrastination. I'm learning, like within maybe the last 3 years or so, I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every day. If I don't, I won't get nothing done. I'm learning, y'all. We could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. Because I've always been a night owl, you know. But it definitely it molds a better day. Is what I'm trying to say. So, like I said, the next thing that prevents most of us is procrastination. You know, without doing things, you're actually destroying your dreams. You're crushing your own goals. We all have that ideal life, that we want to live, but we're just not willing to take the necessary action to make it happen. Procrastination can be a serious roadblock. Um, how many times did you put off your goals or your dreams in this week? And we're only on Thursday. Let me say need, we should, uh, we know we need to get the work done, but we just don't do it. We wait until the next day. We'll say we'll do it later, but then later never comes. So, as long as you put things off and don't get rid of procrastination, the longer you're delaying your success, basically. And sometimes later never comes. Be honest. Um, and when later never comes, then that's when you're living with regret. We got to learn what's causing our procrastination, and we just got to get rid of that bad habit. We got to have some self control over ourselves, over our mind, over our actions, over our thoughts. It's all about self control. Oh, that's a good topic. Self control. Okay. Ms. V says learning yourself as a content creator is half the battle. Oh man, I tell you what. Procrastinating gives the sand in the hourglass the advantage to pour faster against you, because the essence of time is the most valuable thing by spend knowing is what we don't have of it. Ooh, we don't have enough time. Absolutely. The early bird gets the worm. Yep. Just like negative thoughts. Find one thing you like about yourself each day. Yeah. Surround yourself with people with love and victory. Absolutely. Need more hours out of your day? Wake up earlier. I know that's right. She said, me. Time is a great teacher. Unfortunately, it kills all of its students. Ooh, look, you said something right there. Where's my pen at? Y'all engaging with me and just giving me all type of ideas. Oh my goodness. All right, so Here we go. So if you want to know how to beat procrastination, I don't think it's really. I don't think procrastination is a cause. I think it's more like a symptom. If you think about it, why do we procrastinate? Excuse me. Why do we procrastinate? Why are we not taking action? It's a symptom, right? It's just something that we get, that happens, but we can't overcome it. So if I say that, I really want to work on my weight, but I don't want to run. So whenever I decide to go take a sprint or, move my body, I feel like it's boring. I don't want to do it. I don't want to run. So after I found out why I'm procrastinating, because I just don't want to do it, I switch my plan and I say, okay, maybe I don't need to run or try to move swiftly. Maybe I just need to, uh, do some arm exercises or something. Because honestly, I'm not even really into fitness, but I'm trying to, do something for myself. So instead of setting myself up to fail and setting myself up for those bad thoughts, thinking about running, I'm just going to do something more simple. More simple. I feel like I said that wrong. Do something simpler. Simpler. Yeah. Okay. So once we figure out the cause and overcome the problem, um, procrastination can't be a problem again. So let's find out what causes us to procrastinate, what causes us to eliminate uh, things that we need to do that we know are important. Let's get down to the bottom of it. Once we get down to the bottom of it, then we'll make sure it doesn't happen again. But you got to be true to yourself. You got to really know yourself. You got to be like, okay, I got a problem here, and I'm going to figure out what I need to do to fix myself. Because if I don't fix myself, then who knows what I'm going to run into when I go out here in this world. I can't go to my job. I can't come over here and be a content creator. I can't go over here and be a mom or do none of that because my mind is just, I got all these negative thoughts and I'm procrastinating. I'm just not sticking to nothing. Like, you got to get yourself in order. Okay, PMC says it's a choice like everything in life, just like one who chooses to work, they will not have anything and die with nothing, leave with nothing, because all they have is their life, and when you come with nothing, you will leave with nothing. Yeah, absolutely. That I think that was number 2 on the list. Have an intention. Have an intention. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so let's go into number 7 here. It says when you have another thing holding us back is the unwillingness to take risks and to make changes. We got to make a change. We got to take a risk. I say that sometimes too. Take a risk today. You'll surprise yourself because, as we've probably all heard, if you keep doing what you always done, and you'll keep getting what you always get. If you want your results to change, you have to change. But most of us are afraid to take risks. We don't dare to take risks. We're too afraid. We're uncertain. We just want to, take hold to things that we're used to. It is safer to be in our comfort zone, but that's not what you're built for. You're built to change. You're built to do things outside of your comfort zone. If you want to get to a different place, you got to let go. You got to move forward. We can't expect things to be different if we keep doing the same thing. It just all ties in together. So what we got to do is we got to build up the courage. We got to let go of being afraid and stuff like that, and we got to move forward. It doesn't matter if we fall because it's just experience. And we said earlier that failure is not actually failing; it's experiencing, it's learning. All right, let me look at y'all comments. Oh yeah. To help yourself, stop having negative thoughts. Find one thing you like about yourself each day. Oh yeah, I read that one. Yeah. Uh, at every time in the world, things change. Yep. Change is more than metal and paper in your pocket. Yeah, I know that's right. I believe procrastination is a form of laziness. Not believing in yourself, fear of change, or unknown, and maybe in our DNA. I know that's right. It is definitely. Sorry, y'all. Phone in my pocket. PMC says, in order to progress, one must eliminate the idea of even acquiescing, existing, because that in itself signals voluntary self-defeat, in which a huge portion of folks in life want to see you fail. Ooh, wow. Most people want to see you fail, absolutely. Learn to be the shepherd of your life. Don't let someone else make you the sheep of your life. Yeah. So, how do we overcome this? How do we take risks? How do we build courage? How do we grow confidence? Um, you know, we got to remember that it's in order to achieve something that we never had, we got to do something that we never done. We need to change. We got to change your plan sometimes, change your action sometimes so that you can create a different result. Another thing is to, um, it's not about taking blind risks. It's about actually looking at, what you have to do, like making that list, looking at what it is, not just jumping into it if you can't swim, for instance. Always learn what you need to learn before you just jump into that thing. Um, and then overall, you got to grow your level of confidence in order to, if you want to be courageous, if you want to take bolder steps, you got to build your confidence. I think I have a live talking about that building confidence somewhere. Let's see. If life was truly about winning and losing, then losers focus on losing, winners focus on wins. The competitive nature people have is unhealthy at times where jealousy is interjected purposefully. Absolutely. Jealousy is it's dangerous, right? But it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. So number 8 on the list is not taking in new ideas, not wanting to improve. Basically, the unwillingness. You got to remember that things are constantly changing. And if you're not willing to adapt to that change, then you're more quickly to become lost in the crowd. Let's just say, let's just compare that to the internet or the computer. Back in the day, it was a typewriter, and now they got the computer. The typewriter kind of vanished, right? If you don't improve and get new ideas, then you're never going to succeed. And we got to open up to ourselves, um, open up our minds to the possibility or the abilities to make a change and to improve and to do things better. Um, just like in our life, as we grow, we're not going to continue to do the same silly things over and over that we used to do. We're going to get better. We're not going to do that anymore. Or you might be talking about let's just say you're a content creator and you want to improve your your platform. we're gonna we have to. At some point you have to. Um, it just, it starts with us basically. Reading books, studying, just taking classes, seminars, whatever you have to do to just soak up as much knowledge as you can. But knowledge can't guarantee your success. But if you don't have any knowledge, then you're guaranteed to fail. And ways to consistently improve yourself. One thing I know for sure is that you can't achieve success with your current level of knowledge. You can always learn more. Just like, if you think about the sports world, why do these players, why are they so good? Because they continue to practice. They continue to get better. They continue to improve. The same thing goes with our life. If you want to do better, no matter what it is, if it's finances, your career, your business, um, anything like that, you got to improve yourself. Let me look, see here what y'all said. Oops. Most people don't want to put the work in. People think it should be handed to them. That's why people give up on YouTube. Oh, yeah. I know, right? Oh. Or they let what other people say get to them in such a way that they stop what they've done, what they've always done, and just completely stop that goal or that, you know, let's just say that achievement. If you get to a certain level, um, and you've done all this celebrating for all these milestones that you had, and then you get to a certain point and somebody says something or makes you feel a certain type of way, and you're just like, I'm done with this, I'm just out of here. Then what was all this hard work for? All these friends that you met along the way, all these great conversations that you had, all these upliftings, and all that. It's just all just done. Don't let that happen to you. Um, when you don't even make an effort to try anything, you will never know what it is. Yeah, study for craft. Period. That is worse than starting something and quitting when you don't even make an effort. Yeah, just because you catch it doesn't mean you have to hold it. Just because someone put mess on the plate doesn't mean you have to eat it. What someone says about you isn't true unless you believe it. Good morning, Cager. How are you? Good to see you. When you believe in you, you won't listen to naysayers. Yes, we must learn to be our own heightened person. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we almost done with this list. Number 9. Um, Another thing holding us back is not being able to learn from feedback or bounce back from failures. When we strive for success and we reach our goals, one thing that is guaranteed is that you're going to come against obstacles, you're going to fail. But failure doesn't have to mean that it's impossible. It's just that you need to learn some more. You need to go back to the drawing board, start over, you know, and learning from your failures, learning from your mistakes is the way to bounce back. A lot of us, we fail to learn from our mistakes and our failures, so then we never grow. And when we try to do it again, we might fail again and then we quit. We can't let our failures and our problems stop us from reaching our goals. So what if you fail? Just like, so what if you fall? Get up. If you fall, you're not just gonna lay on the floor, you're gonna get up. So there's no such thing as failure, it's only feedback. Either you win or you learn. Not if you win or you lose. You win or you learn. That's how successful people make it. We don't take failure as an option. Failure is not an option. We learn from our mistakes. We grow into our experiences. The more we experience, the more we gain, the more we're successful. We can talk about being successful all day, but it all starts from you, right inside of you. You gotta work on yourself. Oh, I like that. PMC says constructive criticism is healthy. The world is full of skeptics, cynics, critics, pretenders. Yep, no judgment because sometimes one of these or all four applies to self. Absolutely. Ooh, yeah. Yep. Pretenders, critics, skeptics. Wow, that's a good one. I can't wait till you have this conversation. I'm gonna make sure I'm there in the bushes. Um, so if you want to know how to handle failure and bounce back even stronger, hey Heather, good morning. Haters gonna hate, but we can just continue to make. Yes, yes. I just love Heather. It's good seeing you this morning. No one is above criticism and forever tearless because no pedestal exists even for a narcissist. We're all on the same level. Nobody is better than anybody. Yeah. Be live in the next 20 minutes. Okay. Uh-oh, it's 7 o'clock. I'm missing Frugal Mama. You know I'm crazy. Okay, so how do you handle failure and bounce back? First of all, we got to understand that the failure is necessary to succeed. And the first point that we were just talking about, failure is not an obstacle. It's an experience to grow, to get stronger. Always welcome here. um, Extraordinary people have a very high level of resilience too. Resilience. Oh, I'm gonna write that down. That's another topic of discussion. And all these things are hard to achieve. Okay, I'm not acting like I'm any better. It's not easier said than done. I mean, it is easier said than done. Um, we can do it. And if there's anything in specific, what am I saying? Is there anything specific that you guys want to talk about? Um, if you ever want to collab, we could get up here together and have these conversations because I just love your engagement here in the chat. Hey, Andrea, you snuck in here on me. Good morning. Good to see you. Embrace failure to be better. If you disregard it, it will be vicious, defeating the purpose of embracement. For you, for your failure has been my motivator to try to succeed. I have messed up a lot in life. I just try to do better each time I get another chance. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's all we can do. Hey, learning to grow my own. Good morning. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. So, number 10, another thing holding us back is that we just plain old give up and we just plain old quit. Dre. Who's Dre? Is that learning to grow my own? Is that your name? Um, if you ever fool around, I'm gonna set up for my live to continue when you leave out here. Oh, okay. Stay safe and blessed. Take care. Okay, you too. Yeah, I got devices. I'll make sure I'll be there too. um, yeah. The last thing holding us back, we just simply give up. We just simply quit. We don't really have to explain this part too much, do we? What's holding us back? You just simply quit. Maybe not you, but most people. Most people choose to give up and quit when things don't work out for them. I know that I've done that a lot in my past. A lot. Okay. Um, Dre is Geeky Girl's Journey. Oh, because Andrea. Oh, I probably said Andrea. Oh goodness. Okay. Anyway. Um, What was I? What was I thinking about? Okay, so think about that first thing that you might have wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to go to school. Maybe you wanted to be an influencer. Maybe you wanted to be a teacher. And you went so far and then you just quit. What happened? Why did you quit? You know, that's what you got to think about. Why did I quit? Once you figure out why you quit that last time, figure out how not to do that again. It's easier said than done, I know, but it's possible. Sometimes, Andrea, okay, sometimes we take things too lightly. We're not committed. We're not determined to what we really want to do. Instead of finding a solution or doing everything we can to really get that thing done, we just choose to quit. Don't let this happen to you anymore. If we are serious about achieving great successes, being successful in our life and whatever we do, we got to be 100% committed. We can't quit. So you want to know how to not give up, how to press forward. Just understand that mistakes and failures are going to happen always. They're always going to happen. They're inevitable. But you have to understand that you shouldn't let your failures define who you are because we don't fail, we learn, right? We have to learn from our failures so that we can keep going forward. So overall, y'all, it's been almost an hour and we talked about 10 common things that are holding us back from achieving our goals. And hopefully, um, you know, if you feel the need to share, please do. And hopefully somebody else can be encouraged from this because I know that I encourage myself all over again. And that's what you want to do as you come and be a motivation and be here on this platform, using your platform for some type of teaching or something like that. You want to teach yourself something every single time, you know, that you're trying to spread this to somebody else. You should be learning yourself. That's what I would do. It's a good feeling. Um, Heather, I know you just said something about going live, being nervous to go live. You could do it, okay? I think I've seen, was it a video or did you go live that day when you voted? But, there's plenty of us out here with like StreamYard. There's this new Go Live Together button on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet, but get with somebody that you enjoy, somebody that you trust, and just get on their platform, or we could do it on your platform and just come with conversation and just talk. If somebody's up there with you, it just kind of eases your nerves a little bit. Me personally, what I do before I go live, I like to have a topic of discussion, and I literally talk to myself. I research, other topics about this, and I write. I have a journal, and I just write what I'm going to say, and it doesn't always go like it's supposed to, but it's a good preparation for me. And every time that I go live, I am nervous every single time. Thank you, Fat Ninja. When I was in school, I was big into journalism. I didn't go to college because I was a mama so young. Oh, journalism, that's interesting. I really like to write. I like to write poems and stuff like that. I haven't done poems in a while, but I like to write down everything that I'm gonna do every day. Like it's crazy. Geeky girls, yes, look at your failures, opportunities that you've learned something. Absolutely. Heather says, yay. Just go, Heather. You could do it. I know. I'll go up with you, Heather. That's a great idea. Oh, wow. Thank you all. Yeah, you're welcome. Keep that in mind. And most of us, somewhere in our description box, there's a way to get in contact with us. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We are everywhere. So, reach out to us. Love you. Love you too. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. I have a big heart, and a piece of my heart goes to every single one of you. Every single one of you. Every time I see you, you're always showing up the same way. You're being yourself, and you always have. I'm always learning. Each and every one of you, always learning something. Always showing up and showing out. I really appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm excited. Okay, so we're gonna do this again tomorrow morning, 6:10 a.m. Eastern time. Maybe I should do 6 o'clock so I can get done. But anyway, I am gonna head over, get my devices running here. Frugal Mama and Proud Mixed Child are live. Thank you guys. Stay encouraged. Write down your goals in your blue book with your blue pen, checking them off a little bit at a time because slow and steady wins the race. That's it. That's always remember. Be true to yourself because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye. See you later on today for a